welcome to Dragon Tail Tarot. My name is Ariel, and welcome to Fire Dragon Friday, where we get our weekly love and romance messages for all 12 of our beautiful zodiac signs. I hope you guys have had a good week, a great week, whatever kind of week. If you're hanging in there, good to see you. Oh my goodness. I just got I'm a little tired tonight, guys, I must admit, because I just got all of my 12 individual readings done for the month of August. Very glad I was able to get those recorded for you. So all of those are up. Those are the monthly messages and forecasts for each of our 12 signs. Those are good for the whole month of August. I also recorded a short little video that details all of the astrological transits and planetary movements for the month of August as well, for those of you who want to get a little bit deeper into what the planets are up to. So definitely go check out your sign or signs if you're watching for someone else, or if you're watching, things like your moon sign, Venus sign, etc. As always, I'd like to point out what those things mean. Every once in a while, I like to do a little review of that when we talk about, Sun, Moon, Venus, rising. Many times that is what, most readers will refer to in a general read. So what does that mean? What does each one of those things mean? The sun sign is our conscious mind. That is our ego consciousness. It's our daily waking life, the way that we make our decisions. It's our basic life force and energy, right? It has a lot to do with the persona that we express outwardly to the world. It's similar to the rising, but they're a little bit different. But that's what the sun sign is. Hey there, Gwen, good to see you. The moon sign, in many astrological thoughts, is probably just as, if not even more important than the sun sign, because the moon sign is obviously the opposite of the conscious mind. Is the subconscious, right? It's the intuition, it's the inner emotions, the inner world. And the reason that the moon sign is so vitally important, and I would almost say that the moon is even more important to get to know, is because that has to do with what we truly want inside, what we really desire, what we really need to feel good and secure and grounded. So whatever that moon sign is, see, I was simultaneously blessed and cursed by having my sun and moon be the same. So my conscious and my subconscious are very similar. They're both in Capricorn. So they really travel along together. But most people, they have the sun and the moon in two different signs, and they have to try to satisfy the needs of both, but the moon sign is huge. My old astrology teacher, Lynn Hammond-Gray, used to say that in order to be really content and to feel really good within, you have to do the needs of the moon sign. Very important. Now, the Venus sign is obvious too. That is our love. It is our relationships. It's also the way we spend money. It is. Venus has a lot to do with the way we spend money. I run an eBay store, and I always know that when Venus is in a more, generous, kind of open sign, I'll always be making more money. When Venus is in a sign like Virgo or Capricorn, I'm not going to make as much because people are watching their dollars. But Venus has a lot to do with our social style, the way we interact, whether we like big groups of people or not. All that kind of thing goes along with Venus. It is so much what we want in a social life and in a partner or a friend. And our rising sign is all about the way we present ourselves. The rising sign, or also called the ascendant, that's what's coming up on the eastern horizon when you're born. And that has so much to do with what people first see about you. It's almost like the costume that you wear. How your rising sign portrays you is very important, because, people might see you more as your rising sign than as your sun sign or as other parts of your chart. And it is not unusual. Like for me as an astrologer, when people, try to ask me, guess my sign, a lot of times I'll guess their rising before I'll guess their sun sign, because the rising sign has to do with the way that you look, the kind of things you wear, the kind of energy you put forth when you first, meet somebody. It's that first impression that you give. It's the way you package and present yourself. And so it has a lot to do with that. that's something that, you know, if you have a very extroverted rising, but a lot of introverted signs in the rest of your chart, people may perceive you as being much more extroverted than you really are once they get to know you. It's very interesting. And it applies on down through a lot of, you know, all the rest of the planets. They all have a different part to do with us. But I like to give that little review once in a while because sometimes people ask, you know, when I say you can watch, you know, the readings for your sun, moon, Venus, and rising, they go, well, what's the difference between them? What do they all have to do with? So, you know, you could say if you're watching a reading for your sun sign, it's more to do with your conscious mind and daily decisions, your ego, you know, drives and all of that. When you're watching for your moon sign, that speaks more to your subconscious, the intuitive side of yourself, those deeper, deeper desires that go into your heart and your soul. The Venus sign, of course, is watching for, you know, what's going on in your love life, what's going on in your romance center, what's going on in your social world. And the rising is, how is this all presenting? How is it coming out? What is it looking like to other people, right? Especially. So good to always review that once in a while for people that want to know. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna jump on in. We don't have too many people in the chat right now. I got MT, Gwen, I think Francisco hopped on. It's, you know, these Fridays in the summer, you never know how they're gonna be. You never know how they're gonna be. So sometimes we have a lot of people in the live chat. Sometimes we hardly have anybody. I always notice that we pick up a lot in the winter months. You know, the winter months are really when we kind of get going. So, as always, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Share this video with people that you think might enjoy it. Give it that like up, the dragon claw up. Hit that like button. Always helps to get this out into the YouTube algorithm. If you're interested in the card decks that I use, I will mention those usually when I get started. I'm always open to letting you know what card decks I use, so if I ever forget to mention them or you're wondering what a certain deck is, just pop me a question. I'll get back to you. And if you're interested in a personal reading, all that info is down in the description box as well. I am going to be open for personal questions after we do the 12 general readings for all of our signs. So if you're interested in that, it is a $10 minimum donation. You can donate through the super chat option on YouTube, or you can donate through my PayPal me link that is also found in the description box. If you do donate through the PayPal me link, let me or one of my moderators know that you have so I can add you to the list, because when you donate through YouTube, I can see it right away. It'll come up on the screen. When you donate through PayPal, I'll need to go just check my account to make sure and confirm that it came through, because it won't pop up. So with all that said, let's jump into our readings, guys. Let's see what we've got. I'm going to just burn quickly a little bit of sage, a little sweetgrass to get our energies nice and clear. Always like to do that for me and you. We've had a little bit of thunder in the distance. I almost thought we were going to get some storms. We did have some bigger storms this week. We really did. I'm actually surprised we didn't lose our power. Hey there, Silver Star. Good to see ya. Yeah, I'm actually surprised that we didn't lose power here during some of the storms we've had this week. Have been pretty wild. They have been. Get that sage going, sending some good cleansing vibes out to the collective there. It smells so good too. Sometimes it really just, I'm just gonna use, I've got one fork sitting here. I did a bunch of cleaning yesterday, so I've just got one fork. This is my, this is the root chakra, so let's just go ahead and ground with this guy. Definitely need it. This has been a, it's been a quite a week, guys. It's been really quite a month. I'm so glad July is coming to a completion. And we're getting ready to celebrate Lunasa. We are. On August 2nd, we are at midsummer, folks. That's an exciting time. I feel like, Lunasa, that's the celebration of the Celtic deity Lu. Lugh. That's how it's spelled. It's pronounced Lu. Which gives you an idea of why Gaelic and Celtic languages can be such a... I've literally heard people pronounce Lu lug. Because it looks like lug. And I'm like, guys, the G is silent. That made me laugh so hard once. I was like, oh man. You know you're a Celtic history geek when you're laughing at someone's mispronunciation of the god Lu. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're getting ready for Lunasa. I'm bringing out my little wheel here. So, yeah, August Eve, the 31st, and then August 1st. So I think Sunday, August 1st, I will be doing one of our special Celtic seasonal reading evenings. Yeah, because there it is, August 1st, Lunasa, also called Lammas. Yeah. So yeah, we're it's kind of like it's the opposite of Imbolc, and I love the dynamic here because Imbolc is, Brigid's day. And to me, Brigid, she's the goddess of the fire, Lu is the goddess of the fire as well, and they both also have that side note, kind of fire and water, right? And so, both of them have that very fiery, passionate, protective warrior spirit. And so they really do like bookend each other. Midwinter is Imbolc, and now we're at the 6-month point for midsummer. So we're at Lunasa. So yeah, we'll definitely be doing something Sunday night for that. That's going to be really, I'm excited for that kind of thing. I love digging into that. All right. But yeah, Lunasa, the god Lu, is pronounced that way, even though it's spelled, looks like lug. I'll never forget that. I was watching oh man, it must have been like maybe a month ago, and I was watching a video about, Celtic history, and it was like the history of Lu. And through the whole thing, and the guy had like this kind of semi-snooty sounding British accent, like he thought you thought, okay, this guy's smart or whatever. And he was like, whenever he'd pronounce his name, he's like, lug. I'm like, no. But okay. It just cracked me up. You take the laughs where you can get them, folks. All right, let's get into it. I am going to pull from the first deck I'll be using. I like this format that I've done the last couple times we've done Fire Dragon Friday. I will be starting out with the Ibiza Tarot, the Oracle of Tanit. This is a modified tarot deck, really, that only incorporates the major arcana and the court cards, the queen, the king, the page, and the ace. So it's really, and the knight. Yeah, the knights are in there too. But this is a really good one because it's so nice for, giving you kind of the energy, the archetype, the, persona or identity that you're taking on for the week ahead. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and start. I'm going to pull 12 out of here and put them in a circle on my table, one for each sign, and I'm not going to flip them over until I start the read for the signs, so it'll be a little surprise for all of us. All right, so dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, all of our angelic love teams and romance teams, all of our spiritual guardians that are helping us with our personal relationships and our love lives. Just reaching out to you here for the week. Please show us what you have for all 12 of our zodiac signs: Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Bring through one card, please, for each of them in the wheel. Thank you so much. All right. All right, guys, we're going to start out with Aries. Always get our little first in line. And I've got a friend out there. I don't know what in the world, June bugs or he's very excited. He really wants to come in. He's tapping on the window. All right, so Aries, we're starting out with you. Number 1 on the list. Let's see what we have got for Aries. We're starting out with your card, and that's going to be, ooh, the sheer water. Queen of Swords, Aries. Oh my goodness, some Libra energy, the element of air. Remain free and independent while accepting counsel from a perceptive person or teacher. I would say you're coming through as Queen of Swords this week, Aries. So when it comes to your love and relationship life, you are not willing to take anybody's BS. You are not willing to put up with anybody's bad treatment of you. You are sick of the drama, sick of the conflicts. You don't want arguments. You want good solutions. And if they can't bring good solutions and good energy, or like, get the heck out of my court, I don't want that. Queen of Swords has that beautiful sense of femininity and intuition, but she is also the air queen. She has that sword, and she is not afraid to cut people out of her life when they don't treat her correctly or well. Let's get some tarot on this. I'm just going to deepen it up with a couple extra tarot cards. Eight of Swords, and you know, you may have been going through quite a lot of mental stress recently, Aries. You might really have been tough on yourself in love, maybe taking on their energy. That's what I feel like, you know, and I feel like this is a week where you're really kind of stepping back from that and saying, you know what, if I've been taking on their anxieties, their worries, their insecurities, their self-doubts, that doesn't belong to me, and it's time for me to cut myself out of here. This is some Swords energy. You could be dealing with an air sign right now, Aries, a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, but I feel like you're really freeing yourself this week in a big way. And if you're in a relationship with someone that worries a lot, has a lot of anxiety, stress, etc., you might have been in a situation where you've been, you know, soaking up a lot of that, and it's really not fair to you. And I feel like you're coming back into balance, where you're saying, you know what, it's, I love you, but you know, your problems don't belong to me. And for my single Aries, what I do, ooh, yeah. Queen of Swords came out to clarify. Queen of Swords twice, Eight of Swords in the middle. I really feel like, you know, for my single Aries, this is really you saying, I'm tired of feeling insecure, lack of self-worth, lack of confidence. You're really ready to cut that old mindset out. And if you're in a relationship with someone who's brought you no end of headaches, stress, anxieties, problems, like you're kind of detaching from it all and cutting that out and saying, no, I'm going to stand on my own 2 feet. I'm going to bring things back into balance and equilibrium. I don't like feeling down. I don't like feeling insecure. That's not who I am. It's not who you are. Let's get an affirmation on this, but that is powerful. 2 Queen of Swords and an 8 of Swords this week, Aries. Boy, better nobody be messing with you, because the Queen of Swords, she's a badass. She is. She's totally amazing. Yes, here we go. The card of trust. That is your affirmation of the week. Trust your intuition. It is in contact with a higher source of knowledge. Third eye chakra, and use the tourmaline. Tourmaline is a good stone for you to use this week. It's very protective, it's very clearing. But yeah, trust your intuition. If somebody's not treating you right and you know it, you're right, right? Yeah. What a powerful read for you, Aries. I'm blown away by that one. All right. Moving on. We got Taurus in the house. Taurus, I hope you are doing great tonight. I hope this has been a good week and that it will be a good week ahead. We are going to start out with your main arcana. Let's see who it is. Ooh, the Hanged Man, the Tourist. So Taurus, this is your archetype for the week. This is the energy that you are embodying or feeling. So change through breaking old patterns, think things through carefully. This is a time for a new perspective or seeing things from a different angle. Neptune rulership on this card. So you may feel like you're kind of having to let something go. There's definitely that feeling of sacrifice something that's ego-based. And you may feel like, you know, for those of you that are in a relationship or maybe contemplating a relationship, you may feel like you're kind of in limbo this week, for sure. You might feel like there's this sort of, you know, is it happening? Is it not happening? Am I going to hear from them? You might be feeling a little bit of that, to be honest. And it's really encouraging you to let go of any fears, any doubts. If you're going through a challenging cycle this week, Taurus, do your best to go with the flow of it. Don't fight against it too much. Release whatever you need to release around love, relationships, etc. Let's get into some extra tarot to deepen this message for you. Wheel of Fortune, though, so I do feel like this is opening your horizons, right? I mean, it's really encouraging you to see things in a better perspective, a more open, expansive way. And this could be really important, Taurus, especially if you've been seeing things very close up, very narrow, very limited in your worldview, because the Wheel of Fortune is all about opening things up in an expansive way, helping bring you out of stagnation. If you've been in a situation for a while where you've been in limbo or been in doubt about a relationship, this could be really showing you, look at the bigger picture. Don't see things so up close and narrow. It's time to broaden your horizons and your vision. Taurus is one of the signs, you know, that's highlighted in this card. All are fixed signs. It's also ruled by Jupiter, and that's where it gets that expansive, you know, open kind of mind, right? Let's get a clarifier on top of the Wheel of Fortune for Taurus. Overall, it's a great card. It means things moving in your favor, things coming out of stagnation. If you've been waiting on something for a while, it's a very positive sign. And the Page of Swords. So I feel like this could get communication moving again this week if you've been waiting. Like I said, I felt that from the Hanged Man. It's like if I've been waiting for a message, haven't maybe heard from someone in a while, that may start moving again in your favor, right? Page of Swords, you know, pages are messengers. They're a youthful energy, so sometimes the people attached to them are not the most mature. Just gonna put that out there, right? It could be a youthful energy that you're working with. Very strong Gemini card, can also be Libra, Aquarius. But I would say keep an open mind, keep the lines of communication opening, because you might be getting a lot of new messages this week. Let's get a clarifier, not a clarifier, sorry, get an affirmation for you. There you go, the heart chakra, the rose quartz coming up, self-love. You can only love others as much as you love yourself. And so, Taurus, this could be a really strong week where you are reminded to love yourself more, right? Let go a little bit more of this need for them to always be feeding you. It's great when it's reciprocal, but you know, if you're completely dependent on that for your sense of self-worth and affirmation, it's not so good. So use the rose quartz. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the rose quartz, because not only does it help self-love, but it helps unconditional love in general. It's a stone of unconditional love. And it's very good for you because you are Venus ruled. It's an excellent stone for Taurus to use. All right, let's get into Gemini. Gemini's in the house. I hope you guys are doing great tonight. Hope everything is well. Let's get into your reading. So Gemini, I've already laid out all 12 of our cards. So I'm going to flip this one over and see what's come up for you. Ooh, we got a good one for Gemini. We've got the pine tree. Pine tree has a lot of different significance and meaning across different cultures, and it is the same as the Chariot card, which is Cancer energy. So in your love and romance life, I do feel like things are moving forward this week. Cancer is a sign of the home, the family. You could be stabilizing roots or traditions around a relationship that you're in. It also rules the realm of the subconscious. It is a little bit of that duality. And Gemini, you are a dual sign, so it's important to balance those two sides of yourself this week when it comes to your love and relationship life. Seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, answers found after overcoming a test, courage, travel, discovery, and I would say it's also a lot of victory here, Gemini. Absolutely. Sometimes it can be that spiritual struggle, but it's also those wonderful rewards that come after fighting that hard battle. So Spirit, let's see what else we have for Gemini, please, for this week. Let's get a few extra tarot cards to deepen this message for them. Shuffle these real good for you guys. Five of Wands. Yeah, there is a little bit of inner struggle this week, and it may be between those two sides of yourself. It may be between you and your love interest, but it may be important to have those heart-to-hearts. To me, the Five of Wands is not always a negative, right? It can be conflict, confrontations, fiery discussions. Gemini, you're not really adverse to having, like, you know, intellectual or verbal sparring. Like, you actually kind of enjoy it a little bit. I think it fires you up sometimes to have spirited debate. As long as that doesn't turn into like me against you kind of stuff, right? Keep a balance on that, because sometimes, Gemini, you can get so into that and you don't take it as something that can be hurtful or offensive, but the other person might not be feeling it that way. They might be like, wow, they really just don't like me, or they don't agree with anything I say. Sometimes, Gemini, I'm going to get on you a little bit for this. Sometimes you can argue just for the sake of arguing, so don't let that be you, okay? You know, have fun, communicate, have spirited discussion, but don't let it turn into something where the other person is really feeling put down, because that doesn't help love go anywhere. Let's get a clarifier on this for Gemini, please. You know, but to me, sometimes it's good to have those discussions because it gets things off your chest, gets things off of your heart. We've got the Fool card clarifying this. So honestly, it's like, take the leap of faith. Don't take things too seriously. The Fool is a lighthearted kind of energy. It's a symbol of new beginnings, innocence, faith, trust, right? You know, if you've had a little bit of a hard time trusting yourself or trusting others, that's really coming in as a strong energy for you. Let's get an affirmation, please, for Gemini. Gemini. And here we go. We have got the Peach Moonstone. Peach Moonstone is actually a really beautiful stone to use. Sacral chakra, message of fertility. Let your life birth forth from these seeds of creation. You know, sometimes that can be like having babies because the sacral chakra is the sexual chakra. So I would say, you know, that could be very in tune this week. That might be where some of those fiery sparks are coming from for you, Gemini. But I would also say that the sacral chakra is very much a chakra of creativity in all its forms. So again, creative speaking, creative writing, creativity in general, embracing the arts. If you're a creative type person, Gemini, you may indeed be feeling that very, very strongly this week. Good way to channel some of that excess mental energy out is to put it into something beautiful and creative. Always a good idea instead of arguing with people. Yeah, peach moonstone is pretty. It's a different, slightly different vibration than just like the white moonstone or rainbow moonstone. So I really like it. It's good to work with different colors. The different colors bring different vibrations to the same crystal or stone. All right. Good to see Hair Raisin in the chat. Always. All the readings are great for August. I've got all of those up. Put them all up early this morning. So all 12 of the August monthly forecast are available to watch. So Cancer, we're starting out with you. Let's see what we've got for Cancer coming up this week. Let's see. So I'm going to start out with your Oracle 10 at the Ibiza Tarot. Let's see what it is because I haven't turned these over yet. Oh, it's the King of Cups. The dolphin archetype for Cancer. This is perfect for you because the King of Cups, I feel, is very, it's like a real strong power card for Cancer. The King of Cups to me is a Cancer king, right? He's a Cancer energy. And this is a person who seems distant, but can help you greatly. Accept their advice. This is somebody that's compassionate, loving, emotionally stable, knows what they want, has good emotional boundaries, knows how to make good decisions from an emotional center. The King of Cups to me is also very healing. So this could be a very strong week of healing indeed for you, Cancer, between you and someone you love, or you and yourself, just getting in touch with that, you know, heart chakra of yours. Very, very nice card. Let's get into, dear Spirit, let's get some tarot extra on this for our Cancer folks. Anything that would be helpful for their love and relationship life this week. But I feel like you're stepping into a good place of healing and emotional leadership. That just feels very, very nice with that card. And the energy of the dolphin to me is so playful. It's joyful. That's a happier energy to me coming in. Six of Wands, it is. It's a very nice, successful feeling week, right? So Cancer, I feel like you're really going to succeed in making some good decisions for your heart, for your love life, for the healing and, you know, well-being of your heart. It feels wonderful. Let's get a clarifier on Six of Wands. And we got the Queen of Swords coming through. So I feel like this is just, it's good in so many ways. Cancer, I feel like you're really going to be cutting some people or situations or attitudes out of your life that don't work for you anymore. And it's a good feeling. Like, it's not bad. Like, you just feel so much more balanced, happy, stable. After you've done this, like, you know, you've really embraced some good personal emotional boundaries. You've really set some standards for yourself. You've been very victorious in this. You might even have somebody, could be an ex, could be an ex love interest, or someone that just didn't do you right in the past. They might even come back this week and be like, hey, you know, but you're the Queen of Swords now. So it's like, no, I'm good. Whereas before in the past, you might have taken them back. You know, or at least listen to them. I think this week, Cancer, no, you're going to do what's right for you. You know who's bringing good vibes into your life and who's not. What a great read. Let's get into an affirmation, please, for Cancer. and we have, let's see, the tourmaline. That is the tourmaline with the card of trust. Trust yourself. Trust your intuition. It is in contact with a higher source of knowledge. Third eye chakra on this card. So, you know, Cancer, trust yourself. I think this is a huge breakthrough of a week for you when it comes to your personal relationships and love. Man, I mean, this could be anyone. It could be romantic, but it could also be your honey's family members or friends that don't treat you so good. Could be them too. But boy, that's you stepping into your power, stepping it up. I love to see it. I love to see it. All right, guys. Let's get into our sign of the month. Leo. I hope you are doing great, Leos. Oh my goodness. Check out your August monthly forecast reading, Leo. I just posted those up. And Leo had a great reading for August. And big happy birthdays out there to all my Leos who have already celebrated a birthday or will be celebrating one soon. We are definitely in your month and your time of the month. So we're going to start your weekly love messages out with one card from the Avica Tarot. Let's see what your energy is for this week. Okay, Leo, the flute. The flute. Not a surprise. This is a kind of a performing energy. This is the same as the Hierophant in the traditional tarot. Connection to spirit, understanding and education, ritual and celebration. Life is magical. Divinity and gentility. Very strong Taurus energy. Funny enough, we are in the Taurus moon tonight. We are, as we do this reading. And Leo, sometimes that Taurus moon, you know, sometimes that Taurus energy, that can really say to me that you might be, you know, feeling a little friction or feeling a little at odds with someone this week. Just a possibility. And it's really, you know, your commitment might be being tested. Your devotion may be tested this week to say, oh my gosh, are we compatible? Are we able to work things out? Are we going to get through this? Because to me, the Hierophant is a card of devotion. It is a card of stability. And you may be working some things out with your person if you're in a relationship. If you're not in a relationship yet, you may be working some things out within and just saying, you know, what is it that I need to truly feel stable? Who and what can I really commit to in life? You know, to me, the Hierophant is walking that sacred spiritual path. So there's definitely a feeling of spiritual connection that goes along with your relationships as well. Let's get a clarifier into the flute. Let's pull some extra tarot, please, Spirit. What do you have for our Leos this week in love and romance? Wow, Queen of Wands. That to me is a Leo power card. That's my Leo queen. So Leo, I do feel that for you, it's like in order to overcome any sort of feelings of pressure, challenge, you know, working things out with someone, it's like it's really important for you to embrace all of your positive qualities, which is generosity, warm-heartedness, generosity, you know, very, very optimistic, right? Somebody who's very magical and really in tune with what they want, what they need, and remembering to love yourself first. That's a huge lesson, you know, from our Queen of Wands, is really valuing yourself and embracing a powerful, healthy self-esteem and self-worth. That's going to take you very, very far this week. Let's get a clarifier, please, on this Queen of Wands. But that feels so powerful. It also, you know, a big message I'm feeling coming through is don't dim your light or change who you are just to please someone else this week, right? Be yourself. Stay yourself. Don't change that, because, you know, it's yeah, I'm just feeling that for some of y'all out there. And Knight of Cups. So, you know, it is a very romantic, passionate week. For my single Leos, you might be getting a love offer or giving a love offer. Knight of Cups coming in. Please accept my cup of love, Leo. So, you know, there is that feeling of flirtation, romance, sensuality, seductiveness. It's a beautiful energy, Leo, but definitely, I feel like don't change for someone, right? Don't do that for someone. Stay yourself, and the right person will come to you if they haven't yet already, right? And the person, if they're with you already, then, you know, don't stop being you. Don't entirely lose yourself in the combination of the relationship. Let's get an affirmation, please, for Leo. Yeah, big heart chakra energy this week. There's our gemstone color, and it is the rhodonite. Love is a verb, so make it your most treasured action, right? Heart chakra is coming up. And Leo, you are ruled by the heart, if you didn't already know that. This is some big heart energy, right? And in loving yourself is so important this week. We can't give people what we don't have for ourselves. Ugh. Just want to hammer that in everybody's head and heart. Be like, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. So important. You love and accept yourself. It's so much easier to love and accept others. All right. Let's see what we got for Virgo. Excited to see it. Here we go, Virgo. Oh my goodness. So astrologically, this is such a strong week for you guys because Venus and Mars are both in your sign right now. Venus will be there until the 15th of the month, and Mars will be in your sign all of the month. So Virgo, you are definitely highly charged, extra charismatic, extra assertive. Very, very sexy energy whenever Mars and Venus are both in your sign, just saying that. So let's see what we've got for you this week in your reading for love. Oh my goodness, I just flipped it over. Here we go. You are the owl this week in the Ibiza Tarot. I love it. Love our little owl spirit. Love a little hoot hoot sitting there up in the tree. And that is the same as the Knight of Swords. Turbulent times can be avoided by quick and decisive action. Loss and conflict are possible, so be clear on your beliefs and ideas. Ooh-hoo. This is aligned very strongly with our air signs, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. You may have a little bit of anxiety around love this week. I'm just going to put that out there because many times our Knight of Swords is that. And it could be coming from you and it could be coming from them as well. They may get the sense that they owe you some apologies or owe you some phone calls, haven't been the best at communication, and they may be very nervous and worked up about that. They may rush in out of nowhere like, boom, 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 here I am. And you're just like, whoa, that's a lot. There might be some anxious energies in the air. So, you know, Virgo, you're pretty adept at coping with anxieties because that's just part of your, you know, sign's rulership. And so you may be the one this week that's kind of teaching other people how to cope with their anxieties and their stresses. Let's get into some tarot, please, Spirit, for Virgo. Anything you need to show them in love and romance? Like it. Yeah, I do. I feel like you are stepping up into some sort of point of power. Look at that Emperor card. So definitely accepting a leadership role. It's Aries energy, not being afraid to be the one in the spotlight, to take the lead, to take the steps necessary to put things into action. I feel like, you know, with the Emperor, like the Emperor energy, they're tried and tested. They've been through it. They know what the ups and downs of life are like. And they are very good at, you know, stepping it up and taking the lead in some things. So, you know, if somebody in your life is really nervous, anxious, stressed, or if you're nervous, anxious, or stressed, like, you know how to handle this. You know the actions to take that will help this. Let's get a clarifier on top of the Emperor, please. Woo! Just one, guys. I know you're flipping around. And we have the Hierophant. So to me, that's a real stabilizing force. Aries energy and Taurus energy on this for this week. Yeah, I mean, this is really stabilizing, balancing, getting into a place where you feel good, coming out of that nervousness and instead being in that spiritual self assuredness. Hierophant has a lot to do with devotion, and to me, in love readings, it has a lot to do with committed relationships. It really does. So, Virgo, you may be really working to move a committed relationship forward, taking the next steps that you're guided to take with that. You could be involved with an Aries, Taurus, fellow, an air sign, um, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Very strong on this read this week. So, let's get in affirmation for my Virgos. That's a pretty one. I like the way that looks. All right, so we have the terminated quartz. Yeah, the crown chakra. Yeah, oneness. Oneness. You are part of the universe and always will be. And I feel like, because the crown chakra is such a spiritual energy, like I talked about with the Hierophant, that's a spiritual devotion, connection, commitment. It might really be a week where you're feeling more at one with your special person or with a love interest. Um, and you may feel very, very like, even if there's challenges, even if there's stress or anxieties there, it's like you just have this feeling that there's this spiritual directive. It's almost like a mission, right? That you're on together. It's an interesting feeling there. I'm gonna take a quick break, guys. I will be right back. Give me a second. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Let's get back into it. It's a sleepy night tonight. Feels very like, oh, is everyone tired? Oh, did we have a nutty person? Did we have a wacko while I was gone for just a second? I missed it. I hate when I miss a troll. Oh well. All right, guys. Into the second half. Into the second half. All right, here we go. We got Libra up next. Hope my Libras are doing good. Let's see which card we got for you, Libra. I pull all 12 of these before we start, and we'll see what we've got from the Ibiza Tarot. So You are coming up as, ooh, very nice energy. The more, um, King of Fire, King of Wands, success, guidance by someone with higher knowledge. Create something lasting and worthwhile. Very strong Aries energy. You know what's really interesting? And this just keeps coming up again and again in the readings. This has been going on for at least, I don't know, what, 3 weeks, maybe a month? Libras have been getting a lot of Aries energy in their cards, and Aries have been getting a lot of Libra energy in their cards. It is crazy. So tonight, for the Aries reading, you had the Queen of Swords twice, which is the Libra power card. And then we start the Libra reading, and we get the King of Wands, which to me is an Aries power card. Very interesting here, guys. So King of Wands, definitely some strong fiery Aries energy. It's leadership. It's a little like the Emperor, right? It's a lot like the Emperor energy. Leadership, getting what you want, going after what you want. So Libra, I would say that this week in love and romance, take no prisoners. If there's somebody you've been wanting to talk to or put your feelings out there to, go ahead and do it. If someone's been really, complacent about moving things forward, don't feel nervous about just saying, here's what I want. Let's go get it. Yeah, because the King of Fire does not take no for an answer. They go after what they want. They're very assertive, very action-oriented. Let's see what we've got for you. Dear Spirit, show us some more cards for Libra in love and romance. Wow. I just can't, guys. Look at this, King of Wands and King of Wands. I'll let that sink in. The Aries reading had the Queen of Swords twice. The Libra reading has the King of Wands twice. There is something going on with Aries and Libra these days. You tell me. You tell me, y'all. But this is just like, go get it. You might be dealing with a fire sign. Big time Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But yeah, you're kind of on fire. I feel like Libra, you're just not very patient anymore. Like, I feel like there's something really this week that's like lighting you on fire, and it's making you feel like, I've waited, I've been patient, I've put up with this. I just, it's like you don't feel like waiting around for anyone anymore. It's like, look, if I got to start a fight with you to get what I need to know out of you, then I'll do it. Just go ahead and poke the bear. Let's get a clarifier on this King of Wands business. My goodness. Go get what you want, Libra. Love yourself first, because Aries always puts themselves first. I think that that's part of this, is like Aries has got to learn to consider the other, and Libra's got to learn to consider themselves. That's a big energy. Carmela's like, I like bears. I like bears. All right, on top of this is the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, because I feel like you want to get it all. Like, you want to have it all. You want the stability, the home, the family, the money in the bank, the good love life, the good family life. Like, you want the whole chicken dinner, and it's like you aren't willing to wait around for it. That's the feeling I really get. You're sick of playing games. You're sick of people being indirect, not telling you what they're really thinking. Look at this on the bottom. I just had to say it. Emperor and Two of Wands. These are two other big Aries cards. Huge. Your reading is on fire this week. Libra, I feel like it's going to burst into flames, like right in front of me. Go get what you want. And don't waste time with people that don't want the same things that you want. That's my message to you this week, for sure. Wow. Whew. And love yourself. Be good to yourself. Do something nice for yourself. If they're not putting you first, you put yourself first. Let's get an affirmation on this. Sometimes I'm just blown away by these cards. All right. Ooh, nice. We got the whole shebang there. The chakra balance, equilibrium. All things work best in conjunction with all things. So gemstones that you can use, Libra, this week. This is really kind of telling you to put all of your chakras into harmony and balance and into alignment. Clear quartz, amethyst, lapis lazuli, jade, citrine, carnelian, and smoky quartz. You can use all or any of those stones this week. Would be very good for you. I'd also recommend listening to sound therapy files on YouTube because they're free and they are very helpful. And you could just YouTube search sound therapy for all chakras. And you can just listen to that and it'll go through all the different chakras. It'll help you feel so much better. Because you are feisty. Libras are feisty. You might feel more of a temper rising in you than you kind of ever have. That is a big feeling I get. Libra, I'm gonna spray a little holy water because I'm feeling the flames. Feeling the flames on that read. That was wow. Darn. You just I just get this like mad as hell and I'm not gonna take it anymore feeling. Yeah. Yeah. It's just, it's intense. It's intense. There's nobody on the list tonight yet, Gwen. So if anybody signs up, you know, we're just going to go in order. Whoever's first is first. All right. Scorpio. Let's see what we got for you, my beautiful Scorpions out there. Oh my goodness. I know my Scorpions are going through a lot. I know they are. Leo time is a crunchy time for my Scorpions. It usually is. So let's start out with one card from the Ibiza Tarot. Let's see what we got. Let's flip that over. Oh, it's one of your power cards. One of your power cards. It's the same as the Judgment card for you, Scorpio, the Zaremia. I believe that's a musical instrument. I believe that is. I think that's, it's like a chanter. It's that chanter kind of flute that's sometimes used for a bagpipe, right? It has that sound. In the moment of truth, call upon the forces of spirit and mind to make the correct decision. Challenge of the choice, right? You could have some choices coming up around this. The reason that the Judgment card is one of your power cards, Scorpio, is it is ruled by your ruling planet, Pluto. I often call this card the higher vibration of the Death card because it is a phoenix from the ashes kind of card. It really is. It's about resurrection, rebirth, review of old things coming back up full circle, and it's really good. It's really good for you. I feel like, you know, and it's interesting, last week when we did our Spirit Animal Sunday, your affirmation card was the Phoenix. I remember that because it really stood out to me. And to me, this card feels like the Phoenix as well. So Scorpio, in your love life this week, you may feel like there's a lot of good things being resurrected and there's a lot of good, you know, good things that are being put away in the past, right? I feel like the things that are in the past have, you know, being let go of, and it feels very good. Like you can really move on to your future or embrace something good and new with somebody on the horizon if you're single. Let's get into your tarot, your spirit. What do we have for Scorpio? Let's see what we have just to deepen this message for them around their love and romance life this week. Wow. Okay, guys, these readings are off the hook tonight. I can't. I just, these are blowing my mind. The Judgment card clarifying the Judgment card. It's just so powerful. This is amazing. I don't know what more to say about this. It really just doubles up this message, you know. Resurrection, rebirth, reviewing the past with compassion and forgiveness. really healing on a deep, deep level. You know, you feeling again, you know, it's the phoenix from the ashes coming up. It's beautiful. Let's get a clarifier on the judgment, please, for Scorpio. And Three of Wands. I mean, and this isn't even something you have to chase down. This isn't even something you have to chase down, Scorpio. Because the Three of Wands tells you the work that you've done, the efforts that you've made, it's like your ships are coming in. You know, you've put out so much time, effort, work, in your love life and in your, you know, romance area. I feel like there's huge closure here. Huge closure, big endings, big beginnings. Um, and it's kind of like you don't have to do a whole lot for it this week, Scorpio. You've already done so much, right? You've already done so much towards those means and those ends. And it's like, just let it come to you. Just let what's meant to be yours come back to you, babe. Let's get into an affirmation, please, for Scorpio. What an empowering week for you. This could also speak to a lot of, if you've done a lot of like counseling, therapy of any kind, it's really like, it's the lessons are starting to really make sense. The healing's happening on a very deep level. And we've got our rose quartz came out. The heart chakra, the self-love. You can only love others as much as you love yourself. So rose quartz, good stone to use this week here, Scorpio. Unconditional love. That's what a powerful reading. Tonight has been wild already. I think so. I think it is. Yeah, Carmela, I'll get you on the list, honey. You got a piece of paper here. All right, got you down. Got you on the list, babe. All right, Sagittarius, let's see what we have for you this week. Oh my goodness. Sagittarius had a really good reading for August. You know, we're in a good fireplace for you because Leo energy is good for you. We're in a good spot with Sagittarius. So let's see how you're doing this week. I'm going to start with one card from the Ibiza Tarot. Ooh, and you are the mermaid this week, Sagittarius. This is the same as the death card. It's a Scorpio energy, Scorpio power card actually. And so this is embrace change. Your life depends on it. Wow. Oh my goodness. Now that's heavy. Revealed or concealed. Wow. So to me, this is big endings that lead to new beginnings. Big transformations this week, Sagittarius. You could be getting some secrets revealed. You could be finding something out about someone. You could be even breaking something off with someone. You know, not all of you. This is a, you know, these are general reads. But let's face it, when a death card is there, there's something big changing. There's something big changing. I wouldn't be afraid of it. I'm never afraid of death card. You know, to me, it's just about transformation and change. Big rebirths on the horizon. Go with the flow with it. Let's see what we have. Let's see what we have, Spirit, please, for Sagittarius this week in the tarot. About their love and romance life. What is coming up for them? Knight of Wands. Wow. Yeah, I feel like there's some movement here because this is one of your power cards. This is Sagittarius card is the Knight of Wands. So for some of you, you could be moving beyond a really difficult, maybe very negative and very destructive relationship. If that's the case for you, you may be deciding to get on out of there very strongly, very powerfully. The other thing that this could herald is a big transformation in your heart center because somebody better, somebody more positive and upbeat and optimistic rides into your life. right? Knight of Wands can sometimes be that very passionate, very bold individual. You just got to watch them a little bit because sometimes the Knight of Wands can be a little bit of that player energy, just a little bit. So I would just, if that happens this week, give them a little time. Let them let it play out, see what they're really about. Let's see what we have clarifying this character here. Yeah, Five of Swords, I'd be careful. I'd be real careful about who it is coming towards you this week if you're single, Sagittarius. Because Five of Swords, that can be people that, win at all costs. They don't have a lot of integrity. They really don't mind stepping on other people to get what they want. So just be careful of that. Be careful of that. You might want to be a little bit more like a Scorpio this week. Keep yourself to yourself. Don't reveal everything to everyone, right? Move towards good, positive people. Move towards those Knight of Wands types, not towards the Five of Swords types. There could be a choice between the two as well coming in. Let's get you an affirmation, please. And meditation is important this week. Here's your gemstone, is the howlite for the crown chakra. To see more clearly, close your eyes. Yeah, take some time out to just really go within. That's that mermaid energy. That's that death card, that Scorpio energy is really to see deeply within, right? And it gives you the power of seeing through people, right? Really seeing to the truth of who they are. Yeah. Very nice. Very, very nice to see that. Yeah. That gives you the powers of deduction. I think you'll make the right choice. Whoever it is that's coming towards you or going, because you might be leaving them. You might be saying bye. None of that. All right, Capricorn. Capricorn. I miss my Krista. Where has she been? Where's David? Where's all my goat crew? I don't know where they're at. Maybe they're taking a well-deserved rest. Usually Capricorns, they work so hard. They do need time out. They really do. Well, Capricorn, let's see what we've got for you, my goat folks. First, we're going to start out with a card from the Oracle of Tanit, the Ibiza Tarot. And we have got the Roman. Oh my goodness. We've got the Knight of Wands. Very fiery. Sagittarius energy. We just talked about the Knight of Wands in Sagittarius' reading. So Capricorn, intuitive decisions have long-lasting effects. Movement and positive results can be achieved quickly and in unexpected ways. Ooh, yeah, very strong Sagittarius energy for you. You might be really getting ready to make some moves this week, Capricorn. That's your energy. The first card we pull is your energy. So I feel like you're very direct, you're very focused, very fired up, very energetic and passionate in your relationships this week. You're really not out to play any games. It's like, just tell me straight, let's go forward, let's move it ahead. Because that pure energy of Sag, boy, it's like, why waste time? Like, don't live every day to its fullest. That's the feeling that this gives me. Let's get a little bit deeper tarot, dear spirit, dear divine angels. Let's get into some tarot messages a little deeper for Capricorn for the week ahead in love and relationships. Page of Wands. Boy, I mean, you're fiery this week, Capricorn. What this feels like with Knight of Wands and Page of Wands is like, you just want to have more fun. Goats just want to have fun. Goats want to have some darn fun. Like, you're tired of feeling so serious. You're tired of feeling so drugged down and so heavy. You want to have fun. You want to play. You want to feel childlike and light. You want to just be happy for a minute. Wow, let's get a clarifier. You might also be dealing with somebody who is younger than you or more immature than you this week, because Page of Wands is a very child energy, childlike energy, childish energy. Yeah, that's very possible. But you know, Capricorn, I always say no matter what the chronological age, you always feel older than them. I'm telling you. I could be sitting with somebody 20 years, 30 years older than me and I still feel old. I still feel older than them. It's like, oh, they still haven't grown up. Mm. Get used to it. That's all I can say. Clarifier, please, for the Page of Wands for Capricorn. And the Knight of Swords. So, yeah, oh my gosh, Capricorn. There's just a lot of energy here. And you may be dealing with somebody who's very nervous, anxious, they overthink things, lots of thoughts, lots of worries, and it might to you it might seem like kind of childish fears. It's like, oh, don't worry about that, honey. There's nothing you can do about it anyway, right? You might feel that way. You know, vice versa. If you're dealing with anxieties and fears, calm that inner child, Capricorn. Calm that inner child this week because you may be needing to say that to yourself as well. Don't worry. Don't stress. Speak what you need to speak, right? They may, Knight of Swords is sometimes somebody coming in with a whole lot of communication all of a sudden out of the blue. Can be. Can be. I just got to point out that the Page of Wands was here on the bottom again. So, and the Hierophant's here too. So this could be surrounding, like some kind of committed relationship. They might be acting like a big baby. I hate to tell you, You might be acting like a little bit of a baby yourself. But I think more it's them that's probably acting a little more mature. Because Capricorns, you don't tend to be that way so much. I feel like you just want to move things ahead. You're that Knight of Wands this week. You want to move things forward. It's like, let's go or let's get done. Like it's like fish or cut bait. You're just done. That's the feeling I have. You want to have some fun. You're tired of feeling depressed. You're tired of feeling worried, stressed, anxious about things. Let's get into an affirmation for you. Ooh, I like the way that looks. There it is. And that is, one of my favorites. The Amazonite. Love that. That's a communication stone. It's throat chakra. Creativity. Use creativity to transform your pain into positivity. Ooh, Capricorn. Use creative communication. Use music. Use the arts. Yeah. Use your imagination to communicate well with whoever this person is. That's going to go a long way. Amazonite. Great stone. I actually wear an Amazonite almost every time I do readings. I'm not wearing it tonight, but I did it. I had it on all of my reads last week. Yeah, here it is. I have a couple Amazonites, but this is one of them. It's a beautiful stone. It ranges in color from like that kind of light blue-green to like darker turquoisey colors. It's one of my favorites for the throat chakra and for good communication. You might want to really lean on that this week. All right. Good read, Capricorn. You're fired up, just like Libra. A little similar vibe. All right, Aquarius, let's see what we have got for you this week. I hope you are doing awesome out there. Hope you are having a wonderful evening. We're going to pull some love and romance messages for you for the week ahead. And I'm going to start with one card from the Ibiza Tarot. I'm flipping that over now to see what you have got. Ooh, you are as Vedra this week, Aquarius. The Hermit card. Strong Virgo energy on this one. Retreat and find the true unconditional love inside. The answer lies within. Humility, define and delineate. So, Aquarius, I would say that for me, for you, this feels like take a little time to yourself. Truly turn within, seek the answers that you need, and love yourself. This is a week of healing, recovery, and even if you don't completely hermit off or wall off from someone, you do need some time to just chill, to relax, to meditate, to pray, to really come to center. Because to me, Virgo energy, that hermit energy, is really about following. It's funny, you know, the major arcana tarot card is the star for Aquarius. Aquarius is the star in the tarot. But the hermit, you know, and it's in the traditional deck, always carries the lantern with that star in it. And so I feel like this is really you seeking your personal truth. What's true for you? What matters the most to you? Um, if you've had a hard time loving others and being kind to others, it's time to go within and be more loving and more kind to yourself this week. Let's get some extra tarot on this. Dear Spirit, let's see what we have for Aquarius this week in love and romance. Let's get some extra tarot messages. Yeah, I mean, this is a beautiful energy too. I feel like there's a balance here. You know, and I even kind of felt that with the hermit energy. It's like, don't completely wall yourself off, because the Empress is here too. And this is very loving, very like passionate, creative, very emotionally, you know, romantically in tune. She's ruled by Venus, right? So it's like, it's also about being very loving with yourself and with others. But like I said, you know, it's hard to love others when you don't really love and value yourself. So it's real important to tune into yourself. If you've been having a hard time expressing love or affection to other people, you've got to learn to express it to yourself first. And then once you are able to do that, then it just flows so much easier out into all of your relationships. Let's get into a clarifier for the Empress for Aquarius, please. These are great cards. It's very grounded too. Yeah, Seven of Wands. I feel like lowering your defenses is really important. Not every battle is worth fighting. Not everything is worth fighting over, right? I feel like this is really, you know, Seven of Wands for me is like, stay strong, be willing to stand up for the things that really matter to you. But at the same time, not every single issue between you and someone else needs to be fought over, right? And I feel like, you know, if you've been really defensive or really had your guard up around them, if that's not working for you, it's time. Oh, and you are. I mean, look at this Seven of Wands on the bottom. You got to lower those defenses, Aquarius, because when your defenses are up, it tends to make their defenses go up, right? And we also have the Eight of Pentacles. So this is a learning and teaching kind of energy. It's like, you gotta lower the guard a little bit here, because if you're all walled up, nobody can get in there. Nobody can access, you know, your heart, and you can't access theirs because you're so invested in just protecting yourself. So, wow, it's time to let things down. It's time to open up the heart chakra, Aquarius. If you feel very defensive, very guarded, very on edge, it's time to open that up. Oh my goodness. Let's get an affirmation on this, please. I like the way this one looks. Yeah, rutilated quartz. One of my favorites. Solar plexus chakra that this one taps into. Confidence. No one will believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. Be your own cheerleader. That sums it up so perfectly. You can't love others if you don't love yourself. You can't believe in others if you don't believe in yourself. Others can't love and believe in you if you don't give those things to yourself. Oh my goodness. You know, it's all reciprocal. It's all in that infinity flow, guys. Huge message. Not just for you, Aquarius. That is a message for everyone. For real. Like, we all struggle with that. We all struggle with that. But you're getting it extra strong this week. All right, let's get into Pisces as our last of our 12 signs tonight. Pisces, my magical fish, my baby sharks. I hope you guys are doing great. This is going to be your weekly love and romance messages. I'm starting out with one card from the Oracle of Tanit, the Ibiza Tarot. This is the last one. I'm flipping it over. Oh, and that's such a perfect one for Pisces. The sea turtle. Yes, the Page of Cups. It is the same as Pisces energy to me, very strongly. Laughter and humor are healing. Avoid shyness. Accept compliments when received. Emotional struggles teach unconditional love. The Page of Cups. So this is your energy for the week. And I feel like, you know, you're really in that place of compassionate, gentle communication, loving communication, reaching out, reaching back, having good dialogue between you is definitely, I mean, you might need to apologize to someone. They may need to apologize to you. There could be some mutual forgiveness that needs to go on there. But I feel like that's a very positive card for you because it's very direct to your own energy. Dear Spirit, let's get into a little more tarot for my Pisces folks for love and romance for this week ahead, please. And the King of Swords. You may be reaching out to somebody who's been kind of emotionally distant or cold or detached. This could be an Aquarius, could also be Gemini or Libra. So Pisces, be patient with that because they might be very much about, you know, just the facts, really stuck in their head, overanalyzing, overthinking, right? And you may be like, hey, are you okay? You know, and you're just like trying to get them to open up emotionally, and it's a little bit of a challenge. Let's get a clarifier on top of that King of Swords because they're just thinking about future strategies and plans and all the facts and figures, and you're just like, can we just be mushy? Can we just be loving to each other? Knight of Wands, you know, and this could create some friction. There's no doubt about that this week, Pisces. You might have to be very patient this week with somebody because, you know, you just want to move things forward. You want to warm things up. Yeah, on the bottom, we got the Five of Wands. Ah, both times! Oh, gosh. Pisces. Oh, yeah, there's some friction there. I felt it. I was like, okay, where's that? 2 Five of Wands on the bottom. My goodness. So, yeah, I feel like you might have some conflicts this week with someone, and it's going to be because they've been, you know, freezing you out. It's because they've been emotionally distant. They might be, you know, trying to talk to you again, or you're trying to talk to them again this week, and it's bringing up your frustrations, right? Try not to beat them up for it. Try not to be like, oh, you did this to me. But it's okay to say, look, you know, when you cut me out or you don't talk to me, yeah, I feel angry. I feel frustrated. I feel upset, right? You know, it's okay to put your feelings out there, Pisces. Don't feel bad about that. Not ever. You know, but I think that there's some important contact that goes on this week. I'm the kind of reader that doesn't immediately ascribe, you know, pure negativity to the Five of Wands. To me, that's a very important card in the tarot because to me, it's that point of contact, right? And sometimes, yes, it brings about friction, challenge, pressure, you know, that contact, right? You know, it's like sparring, right? But it is contact, and it is important to clear the air. You know, it really says that there's some kind of communication, some kind of contact. It might feel a little tense, but at least everyone's getting their thoughts and their feelings out there, right? Clearing the air. Sometimes arguments are awesome because they're productive. They get everybody's feelings out and help you to go forward. And that's the best way to take this week because I feel like, you know, you're open to discussion, you're open to communication, and it's probably with somebody who's been kind of icy, you know, and been kind of shut down emotionally or just isn't very emotionally available. And this week they're kind of coming in all fiery and you're like, hey, where'd you come from? You know, it's like we gotta talk about this. We're gonna talk about what's been going on with you. Let's get an affirmation on this one, Pisces. It's a welcome change, though. That's the feeling I get. All right. This is a full chakra balance card here for you. The only illusion is separation. Wow. And the emphasis with this one is unity. So the stones that you could use are blue lace agate, which I love. I have a blue lace agate on. Amethyst, jade, or green aventurine. And I love that message, the only illusion is separation. And you may have felt very separated from this person, but that's a total illusion. You haven't been separated from them. They're feeling you. They're thinking about you. You know, you may feel like they're totally blocked off, and emotionally they might be really trying to like be tough and, you know, freeze you out and all, but they're, no. It's an illusion. It's an act. All right, guys, we are done with our 12 signs for the night. Thank you so much for being here for that. These were amazing, very powerful. I'm kind of blown away by them. I really am. There are a lot of doubling up of cards. Sometimes I really like doing these reads that only use a few cards, because when you get like doubles up of just a few cards, it's like an intense message. So really awesome, guys. We're going to open up the chat now for personal questions. Those are a $10 minimum donation, y'all. So if you want to be on the list, I already have Carmela Vasciano as our first person on the list. Hey there, Colin. Good to see you in the chat. I hope you are well. Thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate that. And if that's for a reading, I will put you on the list. Or if it's just a donation, then thank you for that. And Gwen, where there was one other person that was asking about getting a reading, and I don't know if they donated through PayPal. If they did, maybe I should go check that real quick before I start in. Yeah, let me just go check that real quick. Let me see what she says. Aww. Oh, Carmela. I'll answer that question in just a second. Let me come back. Yeah, I didn't see anything come up on my PayPal account, so I'm going to assume that that wasn't set up. And so for you, Carmela, I'm going to pull some oracle cards. I'm going to be using the messages from heaven, the guardian angels, and maybe the feathered. That's okay. Yeah, I didn't see one come through, so I'm going to assume they decided not to do it. So, aww. Oh, Carmela, yeah, and you know, I'm such an animal person. I always have been. Like, animals are my heart. You know, my bunnies are my babies. They are. My bunnies are my babies. They're not, oh my goodness. It's just, yeah, it's a whole other level of love. I feel sorry for people that don't have bunnies in their lives. I really do, because I just feel like, oh, there's just, it's a level of love that once you've experienced it, there's just nothing is the same as that. It's just so wonderful. Oh, thanks, Carmela. I appreciate that so much, sweetheart. Always, every little bit helps. um, so has he passed on? So this was it a cat, dog, etc.? Hey, Tasha, good to see you. Do you want me to put you on the list, honey? Let me know. Okay, yeah, let me put you on the list. All right, got you down. Gotcha. Let me start out with the orbs, or gosh, let me start with the guardian. Let me start with the guardian angel to see what your little fur baby is coming through as, because honestly, I feel, and this is just, you know, my pure intuition, having been a fur and feather mommy for kind of my almost all my life. They don't hold grudges, and they really don't. Like, they have more love and more gratitude, and they're just so good that way. Like, they don't hold things against us. They just don't. Like, they're such a pure vibration, not only in the, you know, physical form, but also in the afterlife, you know? Oh my God, my stomach is growling. I hope that doesn't, I'm telling you guys, I am such a dragon, and my dragon belly is almost always rumbling. Like, I can eat, and then I'm like, I'm hungry again. I'm always hungry. Something wrong with me. It's always been that way, too. I have fast metabolism. I burn through it really quick. Whatever I eat is like, but Carmela, that is definitely the way that I feel, you know, about pets and about, you know, animal spirit energy, is that they are very loving. Hey, Dragon Empress, me too. I am a fire dragon as well. Oh my goodness. You know how it is. The challenge is real. You're a dragon. Oh my gosh. I love it, though. I wouldn't trade it for anything. But yeah, animal spirit energy is really pure from start to finish. It really is. You know, humans, we're not nearly like that. You know, once humans get to the spirit realm, it changes up quite a bit. But, you know, when we're in the body, we have all kinds of issues that, you know, our beautiful animal friends, our fellow earthlings, just don't have, you know. So let's get into it. Let's get into it, Carmela. I'm going to pull some oracle cards for you around your sweetheart. And I tell you, I will share a little story too about my bunny in a little bit. But let's go ahead and focus on you. All right. Let's see what we have, please. Coming through from Carmela's little fur baby. Whatever they want her to know or to feel or be aware of. Let's see what we've got for her. Aww, Angel of Health. Wow. So they're really watching out for your emotional health, physical health, mental health. And I would also say that they're kind of there for you. Like they were there for you many times. Maybe when you felt kind of alone or when you really needed them. Yeah, this was really like they were very much guardians of your health. They're very good for your overall well-being. So I'm getting the like, and I can't help but get that feeling like you might want to get a new pet or someone, and look at this on the bottom, the angel of remembrance. So they really do have this feeling of, being there for those good memories. There's really good memories here for both of you. Like there's really good harmonious memories for both of you. I love that. I really love that. Let's get into the messages from heaven. Let's see what they'd like to communicate to you. Because it's easy for pets to come back in our lives, It is. It's actually really easy for them to come back into our lives. Those cheesy, like, reincarnated pet movies, which are really kind of hokey, but there's a little truth to them, too. I mean, it's real easy for pets to come back through to us. Easier than we think. So let's see what we've got coming through here. Yeah. Very nice. Very, very nice. Aww. I love this. I love this. Okay. Give yourself time. Be kind to yourself and heal in your own way. So they're just reminding you, again, there's a real energy of healing. And they really want you to be okay. Like they really want you to be happy, whole, grounded, and take good care of yourself, right? So give yourself time and be kind to yourself and heal in your own way. Look at this. Take time to pamper yourself or let others take care of you. Oh my gosh. I just feel like they really want you to take good care of yourself. Like be good to you. Take the time that you need. Don't let anyone rush you. Boy. And then here we go. Take control of the situation. We know you can do this. So if you're really kind of learning to stand up for yourself and to stand up for your well-being, they're like, yeah, keep going. You're doing good. We got you. But what I really am crazy about is the card that was on the bottom of the deck. Because look at that. The little paw in the hand. There you go. There they are. We rejoice when you find love, and love comes in unexpected ways. I'm just saying, they might be saying, we want to come back into your life. We want to come back in. My little story, to try to put it in a nutshell about my little bunny Bunsen, she was my soul bunny. Straight up. She was my soul bunny. When I met that rabbit, it was like, it was like soulmate. It felt like destiny. And I had her in her first incarnation for 13 years. And when I will tell you, throughout the years while I had her, I would always hold her and tell her, I would just get in tears sometimes because I just loved her so much and she loved me so much. We were just so connected. And I would tell her, Bunsen, whenever you pass on, I want you to either come back to me in another rabbit, or I want you to guide me to another good bunny that I can love just as much. And I'm telling you guys, After she passed, I was absolutely brokenhearted. I was devastated. I didn't know what to do. Um, I had a friend of mine who's a psychic medium tell me, look, Ariel, don't cry. She's coming back, and she wants me to let you know that. And she doesn't want you to be too upset because she knows how you get. I was like, yeah, she does know how I get. so, so a couple months later, you know, I started searching for bunnies, and I found her again, and she found me again. Like, I mean, she's straight up came back through, um, and she's back with me a second time in a new body. I swear to goodness. And, you know, I'm sure there's people that would tell me I'm just projecting or being crazy, but it's exact. She likes me to hold her the same way. Her treats are the same. She likes everything the same. She's, you know, she always wanted to be on my left shoulder, the same bunny. She on my left shoulder. It's always where she wants to be held. Um, when I first saw her, out of all the other rabbits, she just had that look in her eye. I said, that's her right there. I just know her look. I know the way she looks at me. And I mean, she just like, she friggin' ran up to me. And she still does. Like, she runs up to me. Whenever I'm out, whenever she's out running around the house, when I come in the room, she just beeline, just runs right to me, gets on me, licks me, kisses me. No, she's back. And so I feel very strongly, Carmela, about this, that, you know, your little furry babies, they may want to come back into your life again, especially with this card, because they're saying we rejoice when you find that love, you know, and love comes in unexpected ways. And let me tell you, a reincarnated pet is very unexpected, but it's pretty awesome. It's amazing when it happens. It's shocking, but it's like, oh, there you are, baby. Yeah, I missed you too. It's like, what the heck? Where were you? Yeah. No, it's so much easier for pets. They don't have to grow up like humans do. Like we take forever to cycle back through and come back around and all that. But animals is a different story. It's a different story. Yeah, my little Coco Van Bunsen, the second. Different body, same bunny, same spirit. I swear to goodness, I knew her before. I think we knew each other in human lives. I really do. She feels like my best little friend. And it's like, I feel like I've just gotten this sense from her that it's like at some point in the past, I was there for her, like we were really there for each other somehow in the human world. And it's like, she knows I need her again now. And so it's easier for her to come back in a bunny than in a human. So she's back in a bunny, and she's still very glamorous and very she's a diva. She's very fashionable. She's very elegant. So Carmela, let me get into some orb cards for you. I'm gonna pull these out because orbs are always great connections with spirit. And I love these little cards. These are super fun. These are, I don't get to use them too much, but the orbs, they're actual photographs, you know. I miss the days of film cameras. I have a lot of old film photographs that have orbs in them. They don't seem to show up as easily in digital pictures as they did in you know, when you use the medium of film. Nice. Really nice. Archangels Gabriel, Michael, and Shamuel with unicorn energy carrying spirits. There we go. There's the first picture, first orb. Wow. You know, to me, the unicorn energy is really that purity. It's the purity that pets carry and that animals carry. It really is. It's just that pure love vibration. Right in the center, we have a being from the Pleiades. So they could also be part of your star family, you know. If you feel that you're a star seed or have had any experience with star seeds, they could be very much part of that as well. We also have Archangels Gabriel and Uriel coming up here again. Gabriel is all about communication. Uriel is clear seeing, clarity of vision and thought. So there could be some very clear messages coming through, because to me, Gabriel is all about like sending you messages, sending you good communication. And then I'm going to pull some of our feathered messengers, our little bird spirit cards. Because regardless of what animal we're asking about, I feel like birds are our messengers, and they really do connect us to that higher plane. So let's ask what they have to convey to you. Let's see what they have to communicate to you around spirit animals, your pets that are on the other side, what they would like you to know, please. Oh my gosh, my stomach. It's like louder than ever tonight. Nice. Ooh, yeah. Chickadee. My old chickadee. I love my chickadees. Discover and express the truth. So it's important to speak. Chickadee is a very curious mind. It always wants to know. It always looks a little deeper into things. They're very fearless and very curious. We have the hunting card, so pursue what you need. Pursue whatever it is that you need. Go after it. We have the swan. Magical realms are opening. And on that same line of pursuing what you need, on the bottom we had the goose. Pursue your quest. Pursue your quest. And the other thing that's interesting, I just watched a video this week about the goose, and it was so adorable and funny. There was an injured Canada goose that was near this animal rehabilitation center. So they sedated him, they brought him in, they were fixing up his leg, and guess what? His mate, his lady bird, his missus, she was so worried about him, she was coming up to the door of the vet and tapping her beak on the door and like, where is he, where is he? And she could see him laying on the bed. And so they said, we've never had that happen before, ever. So while he was convalescing and healing and his foot was healing, they would open the door and let them eat together and stuff. And they said she calmed down, you know, right away, knowing that he was okay. But the goose is so connected to their partner. Oh my goodness, like they just can't. So pursue your quest, pursue what you need. Magical realms are opening. I think it might be time to bring a new little sweetie back into your life, or they might be trying to get back in. That's just the feeling I get. Yeah. They never go away. They never go away. I tell you, pet energy, animal energy that's connected real strong with us, it never goes away. Even if they don't reincarnate and cycle back through, I've had plenty of pets that, you know, and every once in a while I'll dream about them, or I might feel like I hear them around me. It's a really common thing that happens. They don't forget about us. I know that. They don't forget about us. They're just unconditional love. You know, there's nothing blocking them. They don't hold grudges. They don't hold negative energy towards us. They're very forgiving of our, you know, mistakes or accidents. They really are. But I just love that. I love the paw in the hand. That's just the perfect card that came through there. But they really do. They want so much for your well-being. They do. They want your well-being. They want to have, you know, a good place in your memories. That's it. It's like they know there's good memories there. I do remember that, you know, right after Bunsen, the first time she passed away, like, even though I was so sad, I just had this very fulfilled feeling like I gave her the best life that I need to give her. And that gave me such a sense of like accomplishment and peace, you know, to know that like I always did the best I could. And I'm sure you did too. You know, you do the best you can. We're not perfect, but we do the best we can. And they know. They know. They know that. They feel that. All right. So Tasha, you are next. And Gwen, if you're still in the chat, I may open up for just like one more reading, but I am starving. Obviously, my stomach is like yelling at me, so I don't think I'll be able to go a whole lot longer. I might jump back on tomorrow night just to open it up for some more personal questions. Um, a general read. Oh, you're welcome, Carmela. Yeah, I love doing like animal spirit readings and pet readings. It's always an amazing trip. Yeah, it is a quiet night. I think Fridays in the summer just are, because there's a lot of people that'll take vacations in the summer. Um, and believe it or not, people are actually already starting to gear up for back to school. Like, that's actually happening. Like, I have a friend who's a teacher, and I couldn't believe that she told me that they're already gearing up for back to school. I'm like, what? It's like summer's not even over. She's like, yeah. She's like, by the time the end of July, we're already like working on it. So, yeah, I think once we hit into the colder months, it always picks up again. Um, it's been a decent month in spite of us having kind of slow Fridays, but people always come back in and watch the readings later, so it's all good. It's all good. Let me get, I'm gonna get you a card for theme of the week. Theme of the week, Tasha. New neighbors are being obnoxiously loud. Ah! Yeah, we had some craziness here for a while where they were knocking the house down next to us. That sure was loud and annoying. Yeah, I saw it. General reading. But that, they finally did. They got that demolished, and so now for weeks it's just been sitting there. Yeah, taking vacations here. Exactly. Exactly. I know. So that's why I think our Fridays have been kind of slow. Sunday nights tend to be a little busier because many times people have to go back to work the next day, and so they're not out. But right now they're definitely, I mean, people are out. They're out and about. So let's see what we have for Tasha Bo, please, Spirit. Let's get some messages for her on what's coming up for her week ahead. Anything that she needs to know for her highest and best good, please. And I'm going to start with one card for your theme of the week. Ooh, very nice. Theme of the week is release here. Look at that. Just talking about the autumn. You know, we're hitting midsummer right now. So we're about 6 weeks away from the proper start of autumn. But to me, this really speaks of letting something go very gracefully. Releasing any burdens, anxieties, anything that's maybe been heavy on your mind, anything that's worrisome. Is just, and not really having to do anything particularly strenuous to do it. It's like it just naturally falls away, just like the leaves on the tree, right? Just like the leaves on the tree. So just go with the flow this week. It is, I think this is a time of release in a lot of ways. Interview went fine, good. Yeah, I had a feeling with those, you had good cards on that. They were really good cards. I don't remember exactly what they were, but I just remember they were very positive. That Sacred Destiny Oracle, I will tell you, is to me one of the most beautiful decks I've ever seen. The artwork on that deck, every one of them is gorgeous. It's just one of the most beautiful, beautiful sets of artwork I've ever seen. So let's get into some tarot for you. Let's see what we have past, present, future to start. Yeah, I feel like you're embarking on something that's all new. I really do. I feel like, you know, and it may be sort of that, like, you got to release some things of the past to go towards the new things of the future, future adventures, future, you know, action that's coming. Because what's going away here is the Six of Pentacles. You know, this is where you're coming from. This is, you know, what you've been experiencing is really trying to come into greater balance, greater reciprocal energy, equal give and take, right? Yeah. Oh, that's good, Tasha. And I feel like in a lot of ways, this is kind of restoring your self-respect, your self-worth, your self-value. It's like instead of investing your time and energy into people or situations that don't, return that energy to you, like you're really being a little more particular and a little more discerning about where you put your energy. Wow. Let's get a clarifier on Six of Pentacles for Tasha, please. Yeah, the star. I mean, you're really starting to shine. This is so good. Yeah. Aquarius energy, freedom, liberation, chances of your hopes and dreams to be fulfilled, seeing a light at the end of the tunnel, things really getting better. I feel like you've just really worked on seeing yourself in a more positive light, right? That's a really important thing. It's very humanitarian energy too. I feel like, you're very giving, you're very charitable. But you're starting to realize that not everybody and not everything deserves your charity, right? Not everything deserves your energy and your time. It's okay to be a little bit particular about where you spend that. Right in the center, focus of the week is this Two of Wands. So to me, yeah, it is new things opening up. So anything that's being released, don't be afraid of that, because I feel like it's just being released to make way for new good action, new beginnings. You could be doing this by yourself or doing it with a coworker, business partner, or friend. But to me, the Two of Wands, that's some Aries energy. That's like fresh new beginnings, taking the next steps, partnering with other people who share the same vision and the same goals, expanding your plans, continuing to move forward. Sometimes you could have a choice, right? Two wands, two doors. Could be door number one, door number two. Which one do you want, right? Let's get a clarifier on this as well. Queen of Cups. Yeah, do what's right for you. Listen to your intuition, because that's our Scorpio queen. That's your power. That's your little power card, right? And to me, like I said, about being discerning. Oh yeah, about who you partner up with. Being discerning, being particular about who you let into your world, very much so. Holding that cup, she's the one that keeps the lid on the cup, because she doesn't let just anyone in. And it's very much about those strong emotional boundaries, psychic boundaries, right? It's really nice. Going into the future this week, we have the Magician. And so to me, there you go. That to me is like you being the alchemist, being the one that's taking all of your resources, putting them on the table, and creating something new, creating something brand new. And it really is, it's belief in yourself too. Magic is alive in your life. What you need to be a successful manifest, and if you believe it, you can do it. Yes. Feels like a lot of fresh new beginnings this week ahead, Tasha. And you got her again. You said you had that Empress last time. You got her again. The Magician and the Empress. I just feel like there's nothing you can't do, right? This is beautiful. This is creativity, productivity, passion, creation, manifestation. Doesn't get a whole lot nicer. Let's see what we have for your suggested approach here. Be kind to yourself. Nurture the inner child. Six of Cups is about reconciliations. It's about healing something from childhood sometimes. Reminiscence, nostalgia, memories of good times coming back up and around to be balanced and healed and harmonized. Can sometimes be somebody coming back into your life wanting a second chance. Sometimes it can be those things. So be kind to yourself. That's a big one. Be gentle with yourself as you go through these processes and these changes. right? And you don't have to make decisions right away, right? Be patient with yourself. Look at things from all different aspects, right? You know, I always say it's nice. It's fine to look at the past as long as you don't stare, right? Don't obsess or worry over much about something from the past. And if somebody from the past comes back in wanting a reconciliation or some kind of communication, it's okay to give yourself time to see it from different angles and see different perspectives with that hangman energy. But you know, to me, the hangman, it kind of fits into this card. It really does. It's a card of release. It's a card of transcendence and letting something go, especially if it's been challenging. And if you've got some challenging old memories that you'd really rather not deal with, it's all right to let them go. You don't have to dwell on it, right? And even if you find yourself thinking about something over much, give yourself something else to distract yourself away from it. That's what I do. It's actually one of the most healthy things you can do, because that's the brain. It tends to get into, you know, ruts, overthinking things, overcomplicating stuff. Let's get a potential outcome here, please. Looks great. Wow. Looks so good. Nine of Pentacles. That's our potential outcome card for you, Tasha. Doesn't get a whole lot better for a woman in business and work. This is, you know, like a minor arcana empress. You know, she's very powerful, knows how to manifest, knows how to create what she needs to create. This is enjoying the fruits of your labors, hard work that leads to a good life. Happily and successfully employed or self-employed, enjoying your space, enjoying your time to yourself. Wow, let's get a clarifier on this Nine of Pentacles, please. And the King of Cups coming out. You had the King and you got the Queen. Two divine aspects of yourself. I feel like you're going to be making good emotional decisions, good financial decisions, good work decisions. And it's really coming from this balance of the head and the heart. Like, you're not just going to do what makes sense on a practical level, but you're also going to do what makes sense on that emotional, intuitive level. You've been getting great readings, Tasha. You have been getting great readings. You really, really have. I've got to say for you. Let me see. What are we going to do as an affirmation? You know I always want to have an affirmation. Let's see what we got. Let's pick our making magic. Let's grab this little guy. I always like this deck. Look at that. Yeah. On target. Follow your ideal life path. You're on the right path. These are good. Oh my gosh, these readings have been great. These readings have been great. Really good. Makes me happy, Tasha. I love to see it. Very empowering. Very empowering cards. Hey there, Ms. Mindful. Good to see you. And have a good night, Carmela. Thank you so much for being here again, hon. Appreciate ya. One card, yes or no. Sure. Yeah. Let me, I know exactly what deck to use for a quick yes or no. What's the yes or no question? What's the yes or no question, Tasha? Okay. All right. Is a scorpion secret. She's got a secret scorpion question. All right. This will be pretty vague, but we'll see. Sometimes they're not. All right, Spirit, dear angels, please give me a quick yes or no to Tasha's secret scorpion question. All right. First card was unlikely. All right. But then it leans towards yes. So give it a little time. Might seem unlikely at first, but then it might lean more towards yes. And then it says be assertive, right? So you can take from that what you want to take from that. I would say right now it might be kind of like hang in there and wait. It might improve, right? And if and when it does improve, that's when to be assertive. That's when to push forward. All right. I think we have one more person in here before my stomach goes nuts again and with growling. Unfortunately, Ms. Yesterday was very stressful. I'll text you about it. Yeah, things are still very, nothing, not a lot to go on just yet. Everything I've pulled around my questions, I have all my cards have been pretty positive, I will say, so that's encouraging, but I'm just trying very hard to take things one day at a time. Yeah. All right, so let's see what we've got. Miss Dragon. We got another dragon in here. What was her name again? It was Dragon something. Dragon Empress. Might have been. Dragon Goddess. Something like that. Hey, Silver Star. Thank you for that, sweetheart. The single Pringle. Well, like, read for any new love interest that may come into your life. Okay. I remember the single Pringle made me laugh. No one can leave the single Pringle alone, though, you know. Everybody's got to be reaching down deep into the can to get that last Pringle. Hey there, David. We were wondering where you were. And Dragon Empress, do you know your astrology at all? If you want to share that with me, if you know your just, you know, sun sign, moon sign, rising. I am an astrologer as well, so even though it won't be completely about your astrology, I may be able to take a little of that into the whole of your reading. Hey there, HW. Oh, you didn't get your notification. Well, David, we're always here. Usually, you know, Friday night, starting anywhere between like 8 and 8:30. Yeah, we're almost always here. YouTube just messes up a lot with not sending notifications, which is odd. Yeah, but I'm always here on Friday nights. Unless I post otherwise. Yeah. I know, the single Pringle. Virgo, Sun, Pisces, Moon, and Libra, Venus. Ooh, that's a nice combo. Well, I will tell you something. I will tell you something astrologically, Miss Single Pringle Dragon. That Venus is going to be going into the sign of Libra again this month on the 15th. And so I feel that that Venus return for you, it takes about a year for Venus to return in your chart. And so I feel very positive about that for you. I feel that when we have the Venus return, it can really, you know, start new cycles in love and romance. bring greater love into our life. And if we've been a little single Pringle for a while, it can really start to change that up. So definitely good energy coming in, right? That's a really good feeling. Um, we also have the big Pisces full moon coming up at the end of the month of August. So we definitely have some good astrological energy coming in that helps you in love, um, which is very nice to see. So let's see what we have in the cards for your question. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, please show us what you got for our Dragon Empress in her love and romance life, past, present, future. And let's start out with one main oracle card, get her a theme for what is going on. Yes, right now, there is that energy of solitude. You are just hanging out by all on your badass lonesome self here. But it's not all bad, right? And I almost feel like this card is sort of saying, for now, enjoy that solitude because, there's pros and cons to everything. There's pros and cons to being single. There's pros and cons to being coupled, right? Sometimes when we're in a relationship, sometimes we long for those days of of singleness because it's like, oh, I could just do whatever I wanted. Just relax. I didn't have to take care of anyone or anything. And so in some ways, I feel like this is saying, right now, just relax, be at peace. It's all okay, right? Um, and that big full moon in the sky, is kind of saying, things could change. Things can always change, right? Wax and wane. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the adventures card. So I feel like adventures or something new are kind of around the corner, right? And it's like that may be part of what brings an end to your solitude or your single days. But for now, you are in that energy of like peaceful tranquility, solitude, doing your own thing, enjoying your own space. I would say part of it, is just take it easy. Let's see what we've got going on with your tarot messages. This is like, oh, yeah, I feel for you where you're really coming from is a very strong place of standing up for yourself. I think that's a big reason that you are currently single is because you've really made that strong decision to love yourself. And it's kind of funny, you're the Dragon Empress and there's our Empress card. Like you really are. Like you're in that energy of loving yourself, nurturing yourself, being very creative, productive, working on manifesting things that make you happy, that make you feel grounded and stable. And I think that too, it's like you may be working through as well some inner child work, some inner child energies. You might be healing. You might be doing some healing or have been doing some healing. And it's not all bad, but Six of Cups can be those nostalgias, reminiscence, sentimentality. Sometimes, maybe have been trying to reconcile something with someone for a while and maybe making some decisions about that. I feel like right now though, on the whole, like your current energy is this Eight of Cups, and to me that's all about like really kind of not settling. In a love reading, it's about not settling. It's about not putting up with someone or something that's really not good for you, isn't healing, isn't healthful, isn't emotionally or spiritually fulfilling, right? Maybe it's like this person was okay or the situation was okay, but it wasn't what I really wanted, and maybe it didn't feel completely soul connected. Maybe it just didn't have that thing, that main ingredient that you really needed for it to work on that higher level. So I really do feel like you're not willing to put up with people who aren't right for you. And that's really, I think that's a big energy that you have right now. It's sort of like, you know what? I'd rather be single than to be with somebody that sucks. Simple as that. Let's get a clarifier on the Eight of Cups for you. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh boy. I think whatever you experienced in the past has really made you say, no more settling for second best. No more settling for just good enough. Like, you have high standards for yourself at this point when it comes to relationships. If you, like, when you meet somebody, if you get any funky vibes about them, I feel like you're just like, nope, nope. If they say they're going to do something as simple as text or call you and they don't, you're like, nope. Because you're over it. You're over having anyone play with your heart or play with your feelings. You're just done. It's like, I feel like in the past you might have done that, right? You just like, well, I'll focus on it, and they said they were going to do this and they keep saying they're going to do this, and well, but they keep not doing it. And you might have missed, like, you feel like I might miss some opportunities because I was focusing on their dumbass and I wasn't walking out the door to something better. So I really do feel right now you are in this energy of just not good enough and very high standards, which is fine with me. It's fine with me. Going into the future, we have the Three of Wands. And so what I feel going into the future is like, you don't really have to chase love down. Like, you don't have to chase it down. Let it come to you, because the Three of Wands is about your ships coming in. It is about the return of love. It's really like the return of anything good. If you've been putting out good energy, good thoughts, good vibrations, let it come to you. What's meant to be yours will be yours, right? You don't have to chase it down. You know, that's how I feel. It's like we shouldn't have to worry or frustrate over it. It should just naturally flow back and forth to us. So let me get a clarifier on this as well. I like this card because you got that Pisces influence. And we're coming up on a big Pisces full moon. And that full moon was in your solitude card at the beginning. I feel like the full moon later this month are going to be real important for you. And there may be something or someone that kind of unexpectedly returns into your life, or someone new on the horizon later this month. But the moon is also the Pisces power card in the tarot. It is the card that, you know, Pisces rules. So even though it's the moon, which is a Cancer related sign, it is very much your energy. I feel like if you're patient, if you're relaxed, if you let things come to you, things that have been confusing in the past start to clear up. It's important to let go of unnecessary worry or doubts or any kind of anxieties about things. Be willing to wait it out. Be patient, because the moon does require a little patience. It does, because that's why the moon card often has that connection with deception in it, because things look different under the moonlight than under the sunlight. So sometimes it's important for us to give it a little time to see it under both light, right? And in, you know, real world translation, that means let's see what somebody's like, not only when they're at their best, but also when they're at their worst, when they're really stressed out, when they're hungry, when they're tired. What are they like then, right? That's when you really get to know someone. Let's see the suggested approach. But it is telling you, too, to just stay firmly in your power. Because the moon card is a Pisces power card. It really is. Nice. I like this a lot. Suggested approach is the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, when you're hungry, hangry, fangry. All those things. Yes. I know what you mean. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles here is the suggested approach. So I would say you're on a good track. And I really think that having high standards and sticking to them is definitely the way to go, because to me, the 10 of Pentacles is like the whole chicken dinner. Like, this is the whole deal. Like, that's, you know, sometimes I call it the whole enchilada card. You don't want half of the enchilada. You want the whole darn thing. You want it. The money in the bank, trustworthy people, good home and family connections, good love relationship, right? Stable, grounded, working at things that you love. So, to me, it's like if you've got some good things going on right now, keep them going. Don't let them go. Stay rooted and stable in what you know is right and good for you. Look at that. Yeah, take your time, babe. Grow that garden one step at a time. 7 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. I think that this is going to grow. I think, but you know how it is, Good things come to those who wait. That's a feeling that I have too, and it's like staying like strong in your convictions, and knowing that your good efforts will grow with time. Weeding the garden. Like if you get into a relationship, it's like take it slow and steady, right? It's working through it one piece at a time. But right now it's like just stay on track. Stay on the track that you've been on. There's nothing wrong really with your approach. It's like just continuing it. That's what I feel. It's very earthy and very grounded. It feels really, really positive. Let's see what we've got as your potential outcome here. Yeah, there's some things that'll have to be released. There's a lot of Pisces energy. You said you got some Pisces in your chart. I can feel it. Outcome card is the Hanged Man, so I don't feel like one thing hasn't completely ended, which would probably be you being single, and the next thing hasn't completely started, which is you being in a relationship, because the Hanged Man is sort of in that limbo of sorts, right? It's in between the cycles and phases of life. It may be a bit of a frustration, maybe a bit of a cycle that, it's like it's a little aggravating, right, to have to go through it, but it's a temporary pause for reflection and insight. It's a time where you see things from a different perspective. It's also a time when, things to do with the ego or anything that's been blocking you gets shaken away. It gets moved. It gets released. Yeah, and take some rest to yourself too, because I feel like you might have been fighting against this a little bit. Like you might be really fighting against this process, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. The Hangman card, you can't really fight against the process. It's really about surrender. It's really about surrender and go with the flow. So if you're tired of fighting the flow, don't fight the flow. Let the current take you right now and relax. Relax, because that 9 of Wands, you might feel like you've been fighting a hard battle. You might be feeling like you're fighting a hard battle for a while. But stay strong in your convictions, in your truth. Yeah, I feel like you've got high standards for people, and that's not a bad thing. Let me get a affirmation on this reading for you. But I feel like when you're happy with your work and with yourself, like that opens up so much positivity into finding not just love, but like good love, like better connections. Yeah, walking the path. Look at that. The Labyrinth card coming up is your affirmation. Transition to a higher level of being, raising your energetic vibration and enlightenment. To me, that's actually what the Hangman is about. Right? It was Odin hanging from the world tree. Spiritual trial by fire to reach that next stage of enlightenment. Right? It could be a difficult cycle, but it's worth it. And the higher and better you raise your personal vibration, the better kind of people come in. And the ones that aren't of a higher vibration can't stick around. They just can't. It's like, because it's like you're vibing up here and they're vibing down here, and you just, unless they're willing to come up there, they're going to miss you. And that's all right, because you don't need that low vibe and stuff. Very nice read. Thanks for coming by. Hope you'll come again. We love having dragons in the Dragon Channel. Love it. Love my fellow dragons. Y'all are awesome. You're welcome, babe. Be curious to see how, you know, the beginning of this month, you know, beginning of August versus the end of August plays out. Yeah. So guys, thank you so much for everything tonight. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, definitely Cappy for life. Goat horns. Goat horns. Oh, I'm happy to be a goat. I am. I'm happy to be a goat. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go take care of my stomach because it won't stop talking. I am starving. And normally I'd stick around a little longer, but I got to go eat. Oh, you're welcome, Tasha. I'm so glad that I got those done. I did not get July reads, general reads done last month because I was just overwhelmed. But I was able to do them this month. So anyone, if you haven't watched your August monthly forecast, they're all posted. I also posted an extra little, it's like an 11-minute long video that just details some of the astrological planetary movements. If you want to know more about that, that's always very exciting. Yeah. And so this weekend is a big weekend, guys. We've got one of our big Celtic holiday observances here. We've got Lunasa coming up, and that's the Midsummer Festival. Imbolc is the Midwinter Festival. We're directly 6 months across from it. So on August 1st, that is Lunasa. I may be jumping in here I'll either do it tomorrow or Sunday. We'll do our Lunasa special where we do our seasonal readings for everyone to see what's coming up, you know, for this midsummer season, where we're at. Yeah, watch the Capricorn reading, David. I'm saying. I'm feeling it. I am feeling it for sure. Yeah. All right, guys. We'll have a wonderful night. Oh, I'm sorry, David. Yeah, it's Lammas. Yeah, same day. Same day. Mm-hmm. It's interesting because, you know, Imbolc is the celebration of Bridget. You know, it's also Bridget's day, and Lunasa and Lammas celebrate the god Lu. So it's a really interesting, like, dynamic because both Bridget and Lu have to do with the sacred fire. And they both have some similar aspects. It's sort of like the divine masculine, feminine aspects of each of them come out to play with that, and I just really love it. So looking forward to that, guys. I can't believe how quick the year is scooting along on us. It's moving. It's really moving quick. But hope you have a wonderful night. Yeah, definitely see you this weekend again. Big love to you guys, and I'll be seeing ya around the dragon circle. Hey, Justin. Good to see you too, hun. I'm just wrapping it up here. Oh, okay. If it had somehow unsubbed you, David, then that's probably why you didn't get that. Yeah, Bridget is amazing. Me too, Silver Star. I absolutely love her energy. She is one of my favorites. Just a really cool energy. Just love her. It does fly by in the summer, David. I would agree. All right, y'all. Take care. I'll be seeing you very soon. Thank you again to all my moderators, Gwen, Silver Star. Been missing you, Krista. Missing you, Moonchild, Jacqueline, all the rest. And hopefully done door dashing. Yeah, I understand that, Justin. Oh, yeah, yeah. Gotcha, David. Sometimes it unsubs people. I've noticed that YouTube sometimes does that. So like I always make sure I'm still subbed to the people that I want to watch cuz sometimes it just does silly things on YouTube. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Take care and I'll see you soon.